Welcome to the English Learning Channel,
where English feels easy.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Learning Channel. I'm Jack.
And I'm Amelia. Today we're going to talk about something really exciting, something that can transform the way you speak English.
That's right. We're talking about conversation fillers and natural flow. These are the little words and sounds that native speakers use all the time, but they're not usually taught in textbooks.
Exactly. And if you love learning English with us and you want to sound more natural and confident when you speak, don't forget to subscribe and keep practicing with us every week. We're here to help you.
So, Amelia, why do you think this topic is so important for our listeners?
Oh, Jack, I think it's because many learners speak very correctly, but they sound a bit robotic, like they're translating word by word in their head.
Yes, they're thinking too much about grammar and not enough about sounding natural and comfortable.
Right. So today, we're going to change that. We're going to teach you the little tricks that make your English sound smooth and real.
Let me ask you something, Amelia. Have you ever been in a conversation in English and someone asks you a question and you need a second to think?
Oh, all the time when I was learning, and I would just freeze. Complete silence. Super awkward.
Exactly. That's what happens to so many English learners. They don't know what to say while they're thinking, so there's just this uncomfortable silence.
And that's exactly what we're fixing today. By the end of this lesson, you'll know how to keep the conversation flowing even when you need time to think.
Stay with us because we're going to make this simple and fun. Trust me, these little words and phrases will make you sound so much more natural.
Okay, Jack, let's start with the basics. What exactly is a conversation filler?
Great question. A conversation filler is a word or a sound that we use to fill space while we're thinking or to connect our ideas smoothly.
So it's like a bridge between thoughts?
Perfect way to put it. It's a bridge, and native speakers use all of these all the time without even thinking about it.
And here's the interesting thing, Amelia. In English classes, teachers often tell students not to use these words. They say, don't say, don't say,
Right. I remember that. My teacher used to correct me every time.
But the truth is, native speakers use these all the time. The key is to use them naturally, not excessively.
So it's okay to use them. Absolutely. They make you sound more natural and human. Let me show you. Imagine someone asks you, "What did you do yesterday?" If you answer immediately with no filler, you might say, "I went to the store and bought some groceries."
That's correct, but it sounds a bit stiff.
Exactly. Now listen to this. Well, yesterday I went to the store and, I just bought some groceries.
Oh, that sounds so much more natural. It's like you're actually thinking and talking at the same time.
That's the magic. You sound relaxed and conversational. So, listeners, repeat after me. Well, I think...
Come on, everyone, say it with us. Well, I think...
Good. Now, let's break down the most useful fillers one by one.
Okay, so the first type of filler is what I call the thinking filler. These are the sounds and words we use when we need a moment to think.
Right. The most basic ones are and These are universal. Almost every language has something similar.
So if someone asks me, what's your favorite food? I can say, I think my favorite food is pasta.
Perfect. You used to buy yourself a second to think. Now, some people say instead of It's the same purpose.
Is there a difference between and
Not really. It's more about personal habit. Some people naturally say one or the other. Both are completely normal.
Got it. What about well? I hear that one a lot too.
Well is great. We use well at the beginning of a sentence when we're about to give an answer, especially if the answer is a bit complicated or if we need a moment to organize our thoughts.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Imagine someone asks you, "Do you like living in your city?" You might say, "Well, it has its good points and bad points."
Oh, so well is softer than just jumping straight to the answer?
Exactly. It makes your response sound more thoughtful and natural. Let's practice. Amelia, do you think learning English is difficult?
Well, I think it can be challenging, but it's also really rewarding.
Beautiful. Did you hear how natural that sounded? She used well to introduce her thoughtful answer.
And I didn't even plan it. It just felt right.
That's what we want. Now, listeners, let me ask you a question. Try answering out loud. What do you like to do in your free time? Start your answer with, "Well, I like to."
Go ahead, pause the video if you need to, and practice saying your answer. Remember, start with, well, I like to.
Good. Now let's talk about another common one. Let me see.
Oh, I love this one. Let me see is what we say when we need to think about something, especially numbers or specific details.
Right. So if someone asks, "How many people came to your party?" you might say, "Let me see. I think about 20 people came."
It's like you're giving yourself permission to think.
Exactly. Try this one, everyone. Repeat after me. Let me see. I think it was...
Let me see. I think it was...
Great. So we've covered well, and let me see. These are your basic thinking fillers.
Now, Jack, what about when we want to connect our ideas? Like when we're telling a story.
Ah, perfect transition, Amelia. These are what I call connecting fillers. They help you move from one idea to the next smoothly.
What are the most common ones?
The big ones are so, and, but, and actually.
Okay, let's start with so. How do we use it?
So is amazing because it can mean many things. We often use it to introduce a conclusion or a result. For example, I was really tired, so I went to bed early.
Right, it shows cause and effect.
But we also use so just to continue speaking or to change topics slightly. Like, I went to the store today, so I bought some bread and milk.
Oh, in that case, so is just helping the conversation flow. It's not really showing a result.
Exactly. It's just a natural connector. Native speakers do this all the time. Let me tell you a little story using so. Listen to how many times I use it.
Okay, I'm listening.
So, yesterday, I woke up late, right? So I was rushing to get ready. So I jumped in the shower, got dressed really fast, and so I didn't have time for breakfast.
Wow, you used so 4 times in that short story.
I did, and it sounded completely natural. That's how native speakers talk. Of course, you don't want to overuse it, but a few so's in a story make it flow beautifully.
I love that. Okay, what about and? We all know and for connecting words, but how is it a filler?
Good question. We use and not just to connect words, but to connect thoughts while we're speaking. Sometimes we say and even when we're not really adding new information. We're just keeping the conversation going.
Can you show us?
Sure. I went to the park, and I saw some dogs, and I sat on a bench, and I just relaxed for a while.
Oh, you could have said that without all those ands, but it sounds more natural with them.
Exactly. It sounds like I'm telling you the story as I'm remembering it.
That's so cool. What about actually? I hear that one all the time.
Actually is fantastic. We use it when we want to correct something, add surprising information, or emphasize a point.
Can you give examples of each?
Sure. First, correction. If someone says, "You're from Canada, right?" You can say, "Actually, I'm from Australia."
So you're politely correcting them.
Right. Now for surprising information. I thought the movie would be boring, but actually it was really good.
Oh, you're emphasizing the contrast.
Exactly. And finally, for emphasis. This restaurant is actually one of the best in the city.
So actually is super versatile.
It really is, and native speakers use it constantly. Let's practice. Everyone repeat after me. Actually, I think...
Actually, I think...
Good. Now try making your own sentence with actually. Pause and practice.
Okay, Jack. I want to talk about another type of phrase. These are the ones that make us sound less direct, more polite, and more natural.
Ah, yes. Softening phrases. These are super important in English.
What do you mean by softening?
Well, in English, we don't always want to sound too direct or too sure of ourselves. We use certain phrases to sound more polite or less aggressive.
Can you give me an example of when we need this?
Sure. Imagine you're giving your opinion. If you say, "That's wrong," it sounds very direct and maybe even rude.
Right, that's pretty harsh.
But if you say, "I think that might be wrong," or "I'm not sure, but I think that might be wrong," it sounds much softer and more polite.
Oh, so we're adding phrases like I think and I'm not sure to soften our statement.
Exactly. Let me give you the most common softening phrases. First, we have I think.
That's probably the most common one, right?
Absolutely. I think shows that this is your opinion, not a fact. I think this restaurant is good. I think we should leave now.
What about I guess? How is that different from I think?
Great question. I guess is similar, but it's even more uncertain. It shows you're not completely sure. I guess we could go to the park. It sounds like you're open to other ideas.
So it's less confident than I think.
Yes, exactly. I think is your opinion. I guess is your unsure opinion.
Got it. What other softening phrases should we know?
Maybe and probably are huge. We use these all the time to show uncertainty.
Like, maybe I'll go to the gym tomorrow?
Perfect. You're not committing. You're keeping it soft. And probably is similar. I'll probably go to the gym tomorrow.
Is probably more certain than maybe?
Yes, probably means you think it will happen, but you're not 100% sure. Maybe is 50-50.
That's really helpful. What about phrases like kind of or sort of?
Oh, those are essential. We use kind of and sort of to make our statements less absolute.
Can you show us how?
Sure. Instead of saying, "I'm tired," you might say, "I'm kind of tired." It's softer, more casual.
So, kind of means a little bit.
Yes, but it's also more than that. It's a way of not being too extreme. The movie was kind of boring. You're not saying it was terrible, just not great.
I love how these phrases make English sound more natural and friendly.
They really do. Let's practice some of these together. Amelia, what's the weather like today?
Well, I think it's kind of cloudy, but maybe it'll get sunny later?
Perfect. Did everyone hear that? She used well, I think, kind of, and maybe.
in one sentence. It sounded completely natural.
And I wasn't even trying. These phrases just flow naturally once you practice them.
Now, everyone, try this. Answer this question out loud. Do you like coffee? But use some softening phrases in your answer.
You could say, well, I kind of like coffee, or I think coffee is okay, but I sort of prefer tea.
Great examples, Amelia. Practice this, everyone. The more you use these phrases, the more natural they'll feel.
Jack, there's one more type of phrase I want to talk about. These are the phrases we use to keep the other person engaged in the conversation.
Oh, yes. These are so important. English conversation is very interactive. We don't just talk to people, we talk with them.
Exactly. So, what are some phrases we can use?
The most common one is you know. We use you know all the time to check if the other person understands or to make the conversation feel more inclusive.
Like, I went to that restaurant, the one on Main Street.
Perfect. You're bringing the listener into the conversation. You're making sure they're following you.
What about right? I hear that at the end of sentences a lot.
Yes, we often add right to the end of a statement to check for agreement or understanding. It's a beautiful day, right?
Oh, so you're inviting the other person to agree with you.
Exactly. It makes the conversation feel like a dialogue, not a monologue.
What are some other ones?
I mean is huge. We use I mean when we want to clarify or expand on what we just said.
Can you show us?
Sure. I like the movie. I mean, the acting was great, but the story was a bit slow.
Oh, so I mean introduces your explanation or clarification.
Exactly. It's like saying, let me explain what I really mean.
I use that one all the time. What about like? Young people especially use like so much.
Oh, like is fascinating. It has so many uses in casual speech. Sometimes we use it as a filler, sometimes to give examples, and sometimes just to soften our statements.
Can you give examples?
Sure. As a filler, I was like really tired yesterday. As an example, I want to visit countries like Japan and Korea. And to soften, it was like $10.
Wow, so like is super versatile.
It is, but be careful not to overuse it. 1 or 2 likes in a sentence is natural. 5 or 6 starts to sound excessive.
Good point. Moderation is key.
Exactly. Now, let's talk about a phrase that's very common but often confusing for learners. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, that's a mouthful.
It is, but we use it all the time at the end of statements to check if the other person understands our point. The weather has been so unpredictable lately. You know what I mean?
So you're asking if they've experienced the same thing?
Exactly. It's very inclusive and conversational.
These engagement phrases really do make conversations feel more natural and interactive.
They absolutely do. Let's do a little role play to practice all of these phrases together. Amelia, let me tell you about my weekend and listen to how many fillers and natural phrases I use.
Okay, I'm listening.
So, this weekend I went hiking, right? And it was really beautiful up in the mountains, But, well, I kind of got lost for a bit. I mean, not seriously lost, but I took a wrong turn. So I had to backtrack for probably half an hour. But actually, it was kind of nice because I found this amazing viewpoint. You know what I mean? Sometimes the detours are the best part.
Wow, that sounded so natural. I counted so many fillers and connecting phrases.
And it's exactly how a native speaker would tell that story. It flows naturally because of all those little words.
Can we count them? You used so, right, and, like, well, kind of, I mean. actually, and you know what I mean?
That's a lot, but it didn't sound strange, did it?
Not at all. It sounded like you were just talking naturally, like we're chatting over coffee.
Exactly. That's the goal. Now, everyone, I want you to try this. Tell us about your weekend or your day, but use at least 3 of the phrases we taught today.
Pause the video and practice speaking out loud. Use well, so, kind of, actually, or you know. Make it natural.
Okay, Amelia. Before we wrap up, I want to talk about some common mistakes learners make with these fillers.
Oh, good. What's the biggest mistake?
The biggest mistake is being too afraid to use them. Students think they need to speak perfect English with no pauses, no fillers, nothing extra.
But that sounds robotic.
Exactly. It's okay to say and It's okay to take a moment to think. Native speakers do this all the time.
What's another mistake?
Using too many fillers too close together, like, well, so, like, I went to the store.
Oh, that's too much.
Right. 1 or 2 fillers per sentence is natural. 4 or 5 is excessive.
So we need to find a balance?
Exactly. Natural, but not excessive.
What about using the wrong filler in the wrong situation?
That's a good point. Most fillers are pretty flexible, but some are more casual than others. For example, like is very casual. You wouldn't use it in a job interview or formal presentation.
Right, so like is for friends and casual conversation.
Exactly. But well and actually can be used in formal situations too.
That's really helpful to know.
And one last thing. Don't overuse the saying filler. If you say actually at the start of every sentence, it becomes noticeable.
So we should mix them up?
Yes, variety sounds more natural.
Okay, Jack, I think it's time for a fun practice challenge.
I love it. What do you have in mind?
Let's give our listeners some questions, and they should answer using the fillers and phrases we taught today.
Great idea. I'll ask the questions, and everyone at home should answer out loud. Ready?
Ready?
Question 1. What did you eat for breakfast today?
Remember to use fillers. Maybe start with, well,
Question 2. What's your favorite hobby, and why do you like it?
Try to use I think, kind of, or, in your answer.
Question 3. Describe your hometown in 3 sentences. Use connecting words like so, and, or but.
How did everyone do? The more you practice, the more natural these phrases will become.
And don't worry if it feels strange at first. That's completely normal. Keep practicing every day.
You're doing amazing, everyone. Keep going. You're learning skills that will transform your English speaking.
And after you finish this video, you should definitely check out our episode on how to sound more confident in English. It's one of our most popular lessons, and it pairs perfectly with what we're teaching today.
You'll learn even more techniques for natural, confident speaking. The link will be in the description.
Okay, Jack, before we finish, do you have any final tips for using these fillers and phrases?
Yes. First, listen to native speakers, watch English TV shows, movies, or YouTube videos, and pay attention to how often they use these phrases.
That's such good advice. What else?
Second, practice speaking out loud every day. Even if you're alone, talk to yourself in English using these fillers.
I do that all the time. It really helps.
And third, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Using fillers is about sounding natural, not perfect.
Remember, even native speakers use fillers when they're thinking or nervous. It's completely human. Exactly. And one more thing. Start with just 2 or 3 fillers that feel comfortable to you. Maybe well, and I think. Use those until they feel natural, then add more.
That's great advice. Don't try to learn everything at once.
Right. Small steps lead to big progress.
Well, everyone, we've covered so much today. Jack, can you quickly recap what we learned?
Sure. Today we talked about conversation fillers and natural flow in English. We learned about thinking fillers like and well. We learned about connecting fillers like so, and actually.
We also learned softening phrases like I think, kind of, or maybe.
And we learned engaging phrases like, right? And I mean.
These little words and phrases are the secret to sounding natural and confident in English.
We really are. And remember, everyone, progress takes practice, not perfection.
You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep trying, keep practicing, and keep improving a little bit each day.
If you enjoyed this lesson, please give us a thumbs up. It really helps us know what you want to learn.
And leave a comment telling us which filler phrase was most useful for you. We read every comment and we love hearing from you.
Don't forget to subscribe to English Learning Channel so you never miss a lesson. We post new videos every week.
And share this video with your friends who are learning English. Learning together is more fun.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today. It's been wonderful teaching you.
We'll see you in the next lesson. Until then, keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself.
Your English is getting better every single day. See you next time.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.